having my social media moment down here, you guys. Hey, my name is Alex. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to help you. Give you directions, suggestions, compliments, I don't know. I'll tell you whatever you want to hear. Y'all look beautiful today. So happy to see you. Stop. Your energy is brilliant, and we're so happy you brought it down here to the tour because we're going to show you a good time. Now, I do have to break some bad news to you. If you've taken the tour before, you might be expecting to see Bruce the shark on our tram, but he is being refurbished. The lake is drained, and Bruce will not be interacting with the tram today. Just FYI, I want to set your expectations before you get on the tram and you get all disappointed in the middle of your tour. We don't want that. So now you know. Shed your tears now. But don't worry, there's still a bunch of other brilliant things to see on the tram. You're going to love it.
Give me back one. Suck it in the robbery. Give it back. Give it back. Have you called them back? Oh my goodness, they do it. Oh my shit.
It's a lot of walkers, y'all. Some of them that have Adam here with us today. That's what looks like we're all going to head on out. But before we get too far on our tour today, I do want to go over some safety rules with y'all. So first, if you need guest assistance or have a medical emergency, or y'all drop something about you off the side of the tram or having a sound or video issues, just reach up and grab the red E-cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram. Now I'll be back to assist y'all as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please stay seated and keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Remember to use the red cord there if you need any assistance, because the studio is private property. And if at any time during the tour, if y'all drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, just pull that cord there and remain seated. Please no smoking of any kind during the tour. And be prepared. The tour today will feature loud noises, second train movements, fire effects, and men and water effects. So you want to have your cameras out for great photo opportunities, but keep an eye on them so we don't get wet. And finally, for your safety and those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while y'all are on board. And that's it, my friends. Our tour is officially on the road, and to help us all kick it off is the host of the Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon. Welcome to the Studio Tour. I know you didn't. Why the time? Well, we're celebrating our 60th anniversary. That's right, 60 years of glitz, glamour, and our own great white shark. As we celebrate our diamond anniversary today, to pay tribute to Universal's past, and take you behind the scenes to discover why this Studio Tour is world famous. So whether this is your first visit or your 60th, get ready for fun, excitement, and an experience like no one.
That's right, Jimmy. We've been celebrating our 60th anniversary of the tour all year long, and we'll keep on celebrating until next year. And with the tour being 60, it's got pretty rich history. That history goes all the way back to March 15th, 1915, because that was when our founder, Carl Ledley, invited the public into the studio to watch silent movies being made. Guests were able to walk from set to set and marvel at the new technology involved in filmmaking. With the invention of sound editing were quiet on the set, the original walking tour ended. But in the 1960s, under the leadership of company chairman Lou Wasserman and executives Al Dorsey and Jay Stein, the idea of reviving the tour of the studio returned when the Gray Line bus tours originated in Hollywood made a stop at our gates. And then on July 15, 1964, the first of our red and white private Glamour trains took 67 passengers on a 2-hour driving tour of the Universal lot, and the world-famous studio tour was born. We started with just 2 drivers, 2 guides, and 1 ticket seller working out of a trailer on Lancashire Boulevard. And from there, the studio tour expanded with fantastic, one-of-a-kind Hollywood elements like the Bourbon House and the Rock Slide, which were in this area a lot in the 1970s and 80s. And while the tour has changed quite a lot over the years, what's also changed a lot has been the touring vehicles. Now, while we started with those glamour trams back in 1964, today, y'all are on board one of of our newest versions of the tour vehicle, the electric train, as we continue our commitment to bring a zero-emission studio tour to Cleveland. And our tour will begin today right down here in the front lot. We're going to be kind of in between the theme park and the studio. And since today is a work day down here on the lot, there's a good chance we might be close to some active filming. We'll enter into a brief little quiet zone. The quiet zone will mostly just be for me. I'm on the microphone, so y'all still good to talk amongst yourselves. Take all the pictures and videos you want to. I'll do my best to let you know if or when we enter into a quiet zone, but if I just ready to stop talking, so grab your chair and go straight. Pass back to filming, but for now, looks like I'm not doing too long talking. And the front lot here is home to the majority of our 36 sound stages that we got here at University. Our sound stages are kind of just like giant warehouses that productions really like to film in. Some of them are over here on the left-hand side. The reason productions really like to film in these stages here is because they're able to go anywhere that they want to in the world, inside. It also looks like there's some filming going on in the sound stage. So I'll be right back, okay? Like there was some filming going on in one of our sound stages over there. Now, how we know that they're filming in there, since we can't exactly see inside, is that they got little red lights on the sides of them. Now, we like to call wigwag lights. When those are turned on or flashing a red color, that's how we know there's some active filming going on. Now, over on y'all's left here, just in front of Soundstage 14, though, you'll see that there's some trailers that we got parked out here. All these trailers are a part of a base camp for our productions, which is just a little hub area. That's a place where we can have all the dressing rooms and wardrobe trailers, and all the makeup trailers, prop trucks, and even all the catering for a production. We're right here all together. Have a base camp real close to our stages. It's very beneficial for our productions. That way, if we got to have a makeup touch or done, or we need to swap different costumes for different scenes, we got it all real quick, and we right back on filming. Some production that you gotta get delayed about. There have also been many productions calling our stages home, like the Peacock streaming series, Bel Air, starring Bar Banks and Oliver Joliton. And we even had the Academy Award-winning film Oppenheimer, starring Cillian Murphy and Emily Blunt, filming some of our stages. Now, over on y'all's these are some of our sound and video editing facilities. So we got more than just stages on the front line. These facilities, though, don't usually get used until filming is done. That way we can make sure all the scenes flow together nice and smoothly. We got all the music for the soundtrack. We also got some of our production bungalows on the front line as well, which is where production companies can do what we call pre-production. Now, pre-production is really just anything that happens before the cameras start rolling. So that can be budgeting, getting all the money together, writing and revising the scripts, and even casting actors and actresses into their roles. You know, some production companies, they call our bungalows home, our Mark Platt Productions. They've all been working on wigging and even illumination entertainment.
In the early days of the studio, these bungalows were used as dressing rooms to the stars of Hollywood's golden age. Now, they're used as offices where some of Hollywood's top directors, writers, and producers work their magic to get a production ready, including my company, Illumination. At Illumination, we made some of the most successful animated films in box office history, including Laura, Secret Life of Pets, Minions, Save, The Grinch, and the Super Mario Brothers. And the team is hard at work again as we launch our next film, Despicable Me.
And back during the golden age of Hollywood, one director that called the bungalows on y'all's left home, that we worked with quite a lot here at Universal, was Alfred Hitchcock, who brought us Psycho, Vertigo, and The Birds. One of my favorite parts about Mr. Hitchcock's films is that he always liked to appear in the backgrounds of them. He always had a nice little cameo in them. David Allen Greer called St. Davis Medical. Now there also are some more production offices just on the front side of these stages here. That way script changes and revisions can still be done once building's already started. And we can easily get the new script over to the actors and actresses. But across the front of these offices and stages on y'all's right is the very first stop of our backlot, the Metropolitan Sets. Now the Metro Sets are only about 4 acres of the lot, but each part of them's a different part of a major city. We can make any major city anywhere in the world. The first part that we're heading on over to today, though, is called Brownstone Street. Now, Brownstone Street's also currently being used for St. Denis Medical, but it's also been used for one of my personal favorite productions, 2003's Bruce Almighty starring Jim Carrey. And if y'all look at these steps up on y'all's screens and at the ones here on the right, you'll see these are the same steps that Jim Carrey was running that dog down. And Brownstone Street is so beautiful that many other productions would like to film out here too. Brownstone Street has been very popular for filming. The next part of the Metro Sets we're heading through today is also pretty popular. This part is called New York Street, and it's been used for Blackpink's Jesus Flower music video, as well as the TED series created by Seth MacFarlane. It's also where American Ninja Warrior sets it the route that their contestants run on through at, so like I said, it's a very popular part of the Metro Sets too. And while we're still out here, I want to talk a little bit more about all these buildings that we got here. These buildings are what we like to call facades, meaning that we can only really film on the outsides of them, because there ain't really anything inside of them, besides the maintenance stairs and electrical equipment. But the interiors for all these buildings could be built inside some of our sound stages, and we're just a little ahead of it. We can make it look like a character walks through any door over here, right on to the inside. And since the Metro Sets are only about 4 acres of the lot, and most major cities are, well, way larger than 4 acres, sometimes we do gotta extend our city streets out using digital effects. That way, we can make it look like they keep going on and on. But while I do love this beautiful concrete jungle, I think it's time for us to leave it behind for now, grab a vine and swing on over into the real jungle.
You're on board the ship, you're sailing from Lost Island, you are found the monsters, creatures from prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Star Island. It was great to have you all right. Now we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just put it in your hand because we're about to return to Star Island.
That's right, y'all. As we head on back to Skull Island, make sure that y'all stay seated, hold on to all your belongings, and make sure not to use any flash photography. A lot of the wildlife on Skull Island, they don't really like all the bright and flashing lights. real good for us, y'all. But King Kong was brought to us here at Universal by Peter Jackson and the incredible team over at Weta Effects. Weta Effects has got quite a lot to be proud of, y'all. They're the owners of 7 bright shining Academy Awards. They won their 7th for their work on this. Sets here that we like to call London Square. While it's called London Square, we can still make it anywhere that we want it to be in the world. We've used it as India for the Mindy Project, and it's also been used for the Will and Grace series.
We've all had our share of humdingers. Including one time I took a drink that said Lisa on it from my coffee place. I know my name's not Lisa.
You are a bad girl. Stop the trap!
Now, while the backlot here is home to a lot of our outdoor sets, like the Metro sets there, we've also got some more sound stages back here as well. They get used quite a lot for filming too, especially stages 30 and 31, as they're where The Voice films at.
Hey, Studio Tour. It's your boy Snoop Dogg. Did you know that the Universal Backlot is home of The Voice? That's right. We take right here on Stage 31. Don't miss our incredible new season every Monday and Tuesday on NBC. See ya. Hello. Now that you've heard the rest, you might have the best. You can be with the ass and have this on your chest. Trust the voice. Just
And some of my favorite productions that have filmed back here on the backlot were some of our classic monster movies. Here at Universal, we've been known as the home of the monster movie. We've created many iconic ones like Dracula, the Wolfman, and the Invisible Man, just to name a couple of them. One of those monsters was actually going just about out of this lake here that we like to call Park Lake. The monster that was filming out over there was the creature from the Black Lagoon. More than a monster, calling Park Lake their home. In 1973, we added the part of the Red Sea to the studio tour there. It was inspired by the classic movie Paramount Picture. And the star of the movie, Charlton Heston, made an appearance to park the waters for our guests. And our glamour trim seemed to drive right through, giving everybody on board a sea-level view. Going back to all those monsters, though, they are part of our legacy here at Universal, which stretches from Dracula 1931 all the way to the upcoming Dark Universe, Universal Epic Universe, which is opening next year in Orlando. And right now we're heading on over to the home of pretty much all our other classic monsters, Little Europe. Little Europe has been used for more than just our monster movies. It's been used as the country of Genovia for Disney's The Princess Diaries 2, a royal engagement starring Anne Hathaway and Julie Andrews. And it's also been used as a little place known as the Afterlife for The Good Place, starring Kristen Bell and Ted Danson.
I'm not supposed to be here. Just going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
I'm gonna help you.
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
One of my favorite productions that's called Little Europe is one of our classic monster movies, Frankenstein. Mostly because Frankenstein's monster is my favorite monster that we got at Universal. And what's also pretty cool about that monster too is the actor who played it, Boris Karloff. He was not the first actor that we had in mind for the role. We originally offered it on over to Bela Lugosi, who played Dracula. But no matter who's playing all those classic Universal monsters, their movies have gone on to be some pretty big inspirations for many different directors and producers.
Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera, classic. That Frankenstein image, Dracula. It's one of the great icons in the world. Actually, it was like the essence of the universe.
What goes on in our stages. Now, as we're heading into stage 50, though, I do want to stress that we all make sure we stay seated and hold on to all of our belongings, because we really don't want to leave anything behind here inside the sound stage. Now, the set here, though, is what we like to call a hot set. So that means everything in here is all good to go, ready to start filming for the cast and crew, and they all come on back from their break, which I think that might be soon, y'all. So we're not going to be here too long in stage 50. Also, speaking of the set, while it is set up as a subway system for San Francisco, we're actually able to change that city around. We can make this any subway in the world. All we would have to do is just change it. I'm sure that's just a little trimmer, y'all. Just hold on. Spielberg is going to be celebrating its 50th anniversary next month. It was released in November of 1974 and starred Charlton Heston, Richard Roundtree, and Ava Gardner, and filmed inside some of our sound stages and back over on the Metro sets. But after that little earthquake there, I think we all deserve a nice, relaxing vacation on over at Amity Island. Now, they did have just a little bit of a shark problem over there at Amity Island, but don't worry, y'all. I heard that they were able to take care of their shark problem for us. And, they should take care of it in a pretty interesting way, from what I'm told, y'all. They actually just kind of peppered all the water over here at Amity Island, which I guess that makes sense, because if there ain't no water up there can't be a shark. But also, the John's attraction that we got here on the tour is almost 50 years old. So every now and then, we got to give it a little loving care, like we are over here. That way, our shark can keep on scaring us for years and years. It's also not too often that you really get to see Amity Island with pretty much no water in it. So I do recommend taking lots of pictures and videos. Y'all are more than welcome to. We'll also be heading back around to Amity Island just one more time, a little bit later on the tour. So if you want to picture from that other side over there, don't worry, you'll be able to get one. Now, Amity Island here has also been home to more than just our Jaws attraction, though. We've also used it as Cabot Cove for Murder, She Wrote, starring Angela Lansbury. It does also mark the halfway mark for our tour today, so I just want to remind y'all to stay seated during the entire tour. The studio is private property, and if at any time during the tour, if y'all drop your phone or just get away to use the restroom, just pull the red cord there to get my attention. I'll be back to assist y'all, but otherwise, just make sure to stay seated at all times on the train. And leaving Amity Island behind, we're heading on over into Old Mexico. We're going to stop on by and see another classic attraction on the tour. But to tell us a little bit about this one, though, is today's show co-host and weather anchor, Al Roker.
Time for my favorite part of the tour, weather. When it comes to film and TV, it is truly a special effect. In fact, to demonstrate how weather effects are created, we debuted our first major attraction here on the studio tour way back in 1960. Welcome to the only part of the backlot with a 100% chance of rain. The flash flood.
And all that rain that y'all see out here in Old Mexico is just from sprinklers that we got high up in the sky. That way all the water falls naturally down to the ground, making it look like it's raining. Any flashes for lightning you might see, they're just from strobe lights that are up on the top of the building. And all the thunder that you hear is just from speakers in around us. Now during normal production though, all that rain and lightning is with us on set while we're filming, but the thunder is always added in when the filming's done. It's really loud and oh no. Y'all, here comes that flash flood. I sure hope y'all brought your ponchos. And just a friendly reminder, y'all make sure to stay seated at all times on the train. And just like Al Roker said, that flash flood is our first major attraction on the tour, making it our oldest. But we've also been able to use it for some of our productions as well, like Big Fat Liar starring Paul Giamatti. We get washed on out of Old Mexico, we're heading on over into my home away from home, our 6 Points Western Sets. Now I think sweet old little Southern Belly Hearts like to ride at home out here in 6 Points. But back during the Western Golden Age, tons of Western productions and stars, they almost like to call 6 Points home. Back during the Western Golden Age, there was also a lot of fighting that happened out here.
You're just gonna start things up here.
But even though the Western Golden Age is over, lots of productions still like to film out in 6 Points. More recently, we've had Quantum Leap starring Raymond Lee filming out there. But as we start to mosey out of 6 Points, we're going to be heading back over to Amity Island just one more time. And did y'all know that Steven Spielberg played a pretty big part in helping us bring the Jaws attraction to the tour in the first place?
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in 1975. And that was the first time I ever got involved in the creation of the ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a greater circle of tremendous designers at Universal. And we're trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shrine that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the track. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on the Rush block. There are tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned. a tour that it did in the Atlantic Ocean in 1974.
Now, just outside of Amity Island, over on y'all's left, you'll see a little bit of our Elm Street. Now, there ain't no nightmares that happen over there on our Elm Street, but you can have the green roof right there, along the Blue Rabbit from the Kill and Mockingbird. And just across from Elm Street, over on y'all's right, is our chicken ranch. Our chicken ranch has been used in the best little whorehouse in Texas, starring Dolly Parton. And it's also what we like to call a practical set, meaning while we can film outside of it just like a facade, we're also able to film inside of it. There is an actual interior to our chicken ranch here. Both upstairs and downstairs of it can be used for filming. We do got some more practical sets here on the back lot, just right next door, down over on another popular filming location, Colonial Street. And what makes Colonial Street so popular is that it's really just an average everyday suburb. A lot of productions like to film out here rather than out and about in real suburbs. Mostly because nobody actually lives in any of these houses here. So when productions do move on in, they can be as loud as they want to and film as late into the night as they might need them. Don't ever gotta worry about disrupting anybody. Now, Colonial Street is best known, though, for being used as Wisteria Lane from ABC's Desperate Housewives.
There was one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate. It's a good neighborhood.
Street's been used for Netflix's Never Have I Ever, written by Mindy Kaling. It's also been used for Seth MacFarlane's 10 series as well. Now, since we got lots of productions that do film here on Colonial Street, the way the street looks does vary just a little bit from production to production. And the way we're able to change it around is that we keep the outsides of the homes here free of props and decorations. We also keep the streets free of street lights and street signs. That way, as different productions are moving on in, they can add whatever props and decorations they need to. Luckily, we do also got a prop department that's right here on the lot. So our production doesn't even got to go too far to get any of their items. Starting to leave Colonial Street behind, we're going to be heading out on the Spielberg Drive, which I think is appropriate because of our long relationship with the Academy Award-winning director. Y'all can say it goes all the way back to the earliest days of the studio tour.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom. So like everybody left to get back on the bus. I waited another 15 minutes until the bus left. And then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Say they're made all over the world, on location, but most of it was focused in those days in the 60s on film lots. So everybody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
And leaving Spielberg Drive behind, just up ahead on y'all's left here, you'll see some vehicles from some of our movies over the years, like the Gyrosphere from Jurassic World. We've also got some Flintstone vehicles from the Flintstone films. And we've even got Donald Trump Black Dodge Charger from the Fast and Furious films as well. Now, all these vehicles out here, even that glimmer trim that we got over there, are what we like to call picture cars. Now, picture cars are really any vehicle that appears on screen. So it could be a bus, a boat, even our trams could be picture cars. But since I think we've all been working real hard on the tour today, I think we deserve a little break on over at the Bates Motel. Motel isn't being used for our Halloween Horror Nights event for our terror tram this year, but just above the motel there is our Psycho House. That's where Norman Bates and his mama live at. Actually, speaking of Norman, I think he's still doing some work for Halloween down there at the motel, so I think we should stop on by the Psycho House and say hey to his mama. Now, Norman doesn't really like it when I bring guests to the Psycho House, just as a real protective of her, but since he's working today, I'm sure he won't mind y'all. Now, from what Norman has told me though, his mama does like to hang out upstairs in the left-hand window. He told me that you can always just see her rocking away over there, and Norman is home today. Hey, Norman, how are you doing, honey? If I would have known you were going to be home, I would have called before. Stopping on by. My goodness, that's a cute blazer, honey. Where'd you get that from? So I might have to get me one of them. Norman, if you gotta get anyone, you can get car 4. They're the furthest away, and I'm the least attached to them, okay? Now, on the Psycho House and Bates Motel are 2 very iconic sets on the back lot. Just behind us is another very iconic set. This one here is from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds.
The airplane crashed sunset. It is covered in set. It is all designed around a vision experience.
Yeah, sit down and talk about glory. Well, I thought, what if the sun was left not right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
To protect our home, the Earth. Since the attacks began, an estimated
And War of the Worlds does also mark the 10-minute mark for our tour today, and we'll be returning to the theme park shortly. But just remember, y'all, if you need any assistance, just pull the red emergency cord to get my attention. I'll be back to assist y'all, but otherwise, just make sure to stay seated at all times on the tram. And later in War of the Worlds, I think we should stop on by another iconic set. This one's a little more recent, though. This one is from Jordan Peele's film Nope. We're all heading on over to Jupiter's Flame.
Movie magic can be happy. A team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Flame. Nostalgic, small-time, Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jean Park. Over there, look into the waiting room. Have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie kid show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. That's that one? No? It's like a little further down, you see the brand new Star Basso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Not looking so live. Anyway, this Halloween fantasy. Rush Frontier Town. Eyes of Sisters. What's a bad job? Welcome to the world of no.
Called the Doomed Glacier Expedition, better known as the Ice Tunnel. The trams would climb to an imaginary elevation of 12,000 feet. And the only way back to the theme park was through the ice tunnel, where the slightest sound could trigger an avalanche. And it always did, causing the walls to spin and guests to tilt along with the Hollywood special effects. But while the walls don't spin out here anymore, we do still spin some tires with our Fast and Furious vehicles. And as we're heading into Sullivan's garage, make sure that y'all stay seated and hold on to all your belongings. And also, hang on tight to those 3D glasses, because if there's anything I know about the Fast and Furious films, it's that, well, things can get real fast, real furious, very quickly, y'all. And those 3D glasses can double as protective eyewear. Don't worry though, don't look like we need them right now, but if we do happen to need them, I'll let y'all all know when to put them on, okay?
Hey, yo! They just got here. All right, I got it. Well, listen, hello, beautiful people, particularly you right here missing the third row. How you doing? My name is Roman Pierce. Nice to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you in Shaw for a while. We brought you in our secret spot. We're having a few friends over. It's a little messy. It's all good. The more the merrier. Especially you right there in that third row, like I was saying. So look, see over there? It's Hobbs' urban assault vehicle. Best truck the U.S. government can buy. That work of art back over there was made by my man Tej. Think of it as like a Mona Lisa on wheels.
So did you break it down to them?
What's that?
You had one job to do, Roman. Come on. All right, look, guys. We're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone can give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay. We'll meet you in there.
So like I was saying, the third row right over there.
Party's over. Everybody out. This is the FBI. Turn that music off.
This is what we doing. This is the race day after party. And where the other?
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move.
Neil,
That's right, party's over.
you know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. I got this. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Hobbs, escort this novice out. Let's go, Cookie Puss.
You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate.
Shaw traced us. Hobbs can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle.
It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Roman, grab your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll. Way to go, buddy. Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this. Don't shoot, head for the bridge. Under construction. Hit the nitrous. We're not gonna make it. Run or die.
On behalf of everyone at NBC